35 years ago, the free return idea worked pretty well for Apollo 13 after their oxygen tank exploded on the way to the moon, giving them the chance to beat long odds and survive to tell about it. And the problem occurred not in one of the most difficult segments of the flight, but in one of the most benign phases, pure coasting flight with no rockets firing. Experience suggests that in any endeavor, you are most likely to encounter trouble when you least expect it. And that was certainly the case for Apollo 13. Many people ask NASA why they named the flight Apollo 13. After all, 13 is considered by many to be an unlucky number. NASA said they weren't superstitious, they were scientific. NASA still says they're scientific, but they've never put 13 on any flight since. After World War II, as many of you will remember, Wernher von Braun and some of his German colleagues immigrated to North America and worked on modifications to their wartime V-2 rocket, trying to find a way to fly higher and higher. Physiology researchers started putting animals on those flights, the beginning of life in space. The commander of Apollo 13, Jim Lovell, loves to tell the story about one of those flights. He tells it something like this. Well, down at White Sands, New Mexico, atop the launch pad, a dilapidated old V-2 rocket. You could hear the countdown. 2 minutes and counting. Oxygen vapors were spewing out the side of the rocket. Inside the nose cone, 2 mice strapped tightly in their couches. One was quite worried. Perspiration coming out of his whiskers. His tail was switching back and forth. He looked at his companion and said, "You know, I'm scared. The rocket could blow up. This parachute could fail. A mouse could get killed doing this kind of work." His buddy asked, "So why do you do it?" He said, "It's better than cancer research."
Yes, we had some difficulties in perception of distance. For example, our television camera we judged to be from the cockpit of the lunar module only about 50 to 60 feet away, yet we knew that we had pulled it out to the full extension of a 100-foot cable. Similarly, we had difficulty guessing how far the hills out on the horizon might be. The peculiar phenomena is the closeness of the horizon due to the greater curvature of the moon than we have here on Earth, of course 4 times greater, and the fact that it is an irregular surface with crater rims overlying other crater rims. You can't see the real horizon, you're seeing hills that are somewhat closer to you. There was a large crater which we overflew during our final approach, which had hills of the order of 100 feet in height, and we were only 1,100 feet west of that hill, and we couldn't see a 100-foot high hill from 1,100 to 1,200 feet away.